Hello students, good morning. So till the last video we have completed the chapter 2. So you try to solve all the questions, or you will find all the questions and answers, all the answers in the book itself. And still if you find any difficulty in understanding any question, then you can reach me. Okay, so today we will start our third chapter, that is ICSE 2016, that is design view. So we have already learned from unit 1 and unit 2. So in unit 1 we have learned about the different computer networking, types of computer networking, and in chapter 2 there is our introduction to access, how to open the access, what are the components of access, then how to create a table, how to modify a table, how to sort a table, that means how to edit that. Okay, mainly we have deal about the editing one. Okay, adding or removing or doing something, fine. So in chapter 3, that is our ICSE 2016, we will only learn about the design view. Okay, the table design view. So in design view, first what we have to do, we have to just open the table in design view. Okay, so how to open a table in design view? For that we should first make a, what we can say, record. First we have to one record. Okay, then only we can open it in design view, fine. So to open a table in a design view, what we have to do, we have to double click the table in the navigation panel to open the datasheet view. Where we have to do, we have to just click on the, double click the table on the navigation panel, fine. You can see that. Okay, so we can see this one. So in figure this 3.2, so double click that. After double clicking, what we have to do, on the home tab, okay, on the home tab in the views group, we have to click the down arrow and select the design view. Okay, you can see that at the top corner or the home tab in the view group, we have to click the down arrow and we have to select the design view. Okay, so click the design view, you can see the symbol on the right corner also. So from the top ribbon menu on the home tab, we can from the top down menu we can select the design view, or what we can do, we can at the bottom right corner of the status bar you can see one symbol. Okay, so that symbol is our design view, so we can click that, so the table will be look like in design view. Okay, so after clicking that, the tables open in the design view. Okay, some tips is given. So we can also open a table in a design view directly from the navigation panel. So how we can do this? So we can right click the table in the navigation panel and then click the design view. So this is a shortcut. Okay, so using this also we can open the table in a design view, fine. Now we will see this, what are the components after opening it in design view, then what are the components of design view. Okay, so you can see the figure. So the design view screen consists of two parts. You can see the two parts. First one is our field definition grid, and second one is our field properties panel. Okay, or pan. So what does this do? First one is our field definition grid. So what is field definition grid? It is in the upper half of the design view. Okay, the upper half of the design view screen is our field definition grid. And what is it is used? It is used to specify the definition of various field in a table. So field definition grid is used to specify the various definitions or various field or definition for various field in a table. So we can see that. Okay, so it consists of the following parts. So what it have only three parts, that is our row sector, data type and description. So these are our field names, and its function or it is used is given. So first field name is our row sector. So what is row sector? It is a small box to the left of the field name column and it is used to select a field. So row selector, it is used to select a particular field. Suppose our field is our car name or car engine capacity or the brand of the car, like that. So using that row selector, we can select a particular field. Okay, field means the column. Next field name is our data type, and data type is used to specify the data types for the field. So we have already learned in the chapter 2 the different data types. So data types is used to specify a particular data types for that field, and description it is used to specify an optional description for the field. Then if we describe it, okay, it is optional description, we can describe it. Okay, and the second one, that is our field properties span. Field properties span, the field properties span in the lower half of the design view screen. So our field definition grid was the half portion, or is the upper half of the design view, and the lower half of the design view is our field properties span. Okay, and what is it is used? It is used to set various field properties, and that controls the appearance and the behavior of the data. So field properties span can be used to see the various field properties. We can see the properties of the field, and we can also control, and that field properties can control the appearance, okay, how it will appear in the screen, and the behavior of the data added to the field. Okay, so these two have different functions. Fine. So some important and frequently used field properties. So there are some field properties we generally frequently use it. Okay, so first column, in the first column you can see the field properties, and second is our data types, that is sort, number, auto number, like that, and its description. Okay, so first one is our field size. Okay, and it is under the data type of sort text, numbers, or auto numbers. And what is it is used? Field size, it lets us specify the maximum size of data stored in a field. So in the field size, we can use it to specify the maximum size of the data that can be stored in a field. So we can change it also. Okay, and the next one is our new values. So new values, that is our auto number, that is comes under the data type, that is auto number, new values. So if you suppose in the first row you have entered some data, and if you press enter, obviously it will move to the second row, and automatically it will get numbered, auto numbered, that is 1 2 3 4, like that. It is auto incremented. Second one is our format. It is comes under the data type, your short text, long text, number, date and name, or date and time, currency, auto number, yes, no, hyperlink, like that. That means let us specify the way values in a field appear. Either you want it is short text or long text, or you want to enter date and time or currency, or you want it as an auto number, like that. Okay, similarly the decimal places, so it comes under the data type number and currency. So and it helps it to specify the number of decimal places to be used when displaying numbers. Suppose you have fixed decimal up to 2 correct decimal or 3 correct decimal. So if you enter any number, it will show the result in up to correct to 2 decimal place or correct to 3 decimal place according to our choice. Okay, next is our input mask. So input masks come under the data type short text or date and time. So it helps input marks, it helps or it lets us specify the way data is entered in a field, how we entered, or it is short text, or we are entering a date and time, like that. Okay, next is our caption. So under caption it comes under all data types and lets us specify an alternative or more descriptive name of a field. That means we can use more descriptive name in the field. Generally what we write, the company name, like that, engine specification, list of the book or book author name, like that. So we can use more descriptive name for a particular field using that caption. Next is our default value. So default value lets us assign a specific value automatically to a field when a new record is added. So whenever we add a new record, so we do not need to enter a name. So that name is by default it is specified. After that we can change it, but by default whenever we add a new record, by default a new specified value is automatically added. Fine. Next is our validation rule. So it specifies a condition for the data entered in a field. So it sometimes it specify a condition. Okay, so some rules are there to enter. So without, if you break that rule, we cannot enter that data types. Fine. Next is our validation text. So it lets us specify the error message to display when the value entered in a field violates the validation rule. So suppose in the previous one, in the validation rule, suppose if you have entered some invalid rule or invalid number that violates the rule, okay, so then it will display a message, and that is some message will be displayed like that the value it does not violate or the value violates the field, like that. So the validation text property is applicable only if the validation rule property is set for that field. So for particular field, if we have applied the validation rule, then only that message will be shown. But in that field, if we have not applied the validation rule, then that type of error message will not be displayed. Fine. Second last one is our required. Required means all data types except auto numbered. So let us specify whether you must enter a value into a field or not. You want to enter a value to a field or not, and like that, and it should be set to yes if you want to enter in the field. But if in that field, if you don't want to enter any values, then you can select no. Okay, required or not, like that. So similarly, last one is our allowed zero length. So short text, long text, hyperlink. Let us specify the length of the text based field, length text field. That means you can select the appropriate length for that particular field, and it must be set to no if the required property is set to yes, and if both the properties are set to no, then field can be left empty in a record. Okay, so these are the common properties we generally use it. So you go through all this thing, and if you find any difficulty, then write the queries in the comment section. I will try to solve them. Okay, thank you.